Hey everybody, this video is going to be focusing on patch management within the protection plan settings, how to find and how to set that up. So when you're ready to set that up, you will find it within the plans that are attached to an actual machine that has an agent on that machine. So you won't see this option if you have an agent at the host level or anything like that. So the agent would have to be on the inside of the machine. And then from there, when you go to create your protection plan, this is where you go and you're able to select the ability to do patch management. Now, keep in mind that we are not able to do patch management without doing the vulnerability assessment as well. So it is mandatory and required to do the vulnerability assessment in order to get patch management results. But as you can see, as I'm scrolling down here inside of this service stack for what the services are you can turn on, as we come down, you'll see we do have vulnerability assessment and patch management. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and spread this out and let you see here from a vulnerability perspective. It's just a matter of selecting when you want us to actually run this scan. They'll be able to do this on a daily time frame or weekly, whatever you deem necessary. You have unique start conditions as well. And then from there, it will spin out and give you a, uh, a vulnerability listing. And that, of course, will inform the patch management services. So if you were to turn on off the vulnerability assessment, you would not see the version here for patch management. It would just be grayed out and unable to be used. So you do need to turn this on, and then once you do, you are able to turn on and run the patch management. From here, you're able to select directly what type of products you would like us to do the patch management updates on. So you can see here whether it's just all updates, whether it's just specific products that you can go in and select products that are sitting on that end unit, and we would only back up those if you deemed it necessary. Windows third-party products. So what about those third-party applications that sit on top of it? You can also choose down here to install the latest version only if you wanted to. And then the schedule. So just so you're aware of how this operates, we do patches on a mixed scheduling basis, meaning you can do it all on a automatic scheduling term, and it has a mix of automatic and manual patches. Because when you do a vulnerability assessment and a patch becomes available, you need to approve that patch to be included in future plans going forward. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second. But inside of here, you're able to configure the maintenance window for how long they have the availability to actually patch these through. You're able to set your time delineation for when you want these plans to run. You're also able to have it set within date ranges as well. And then, of course, we have start conditions to make sure that the end users are not impacted. Please note, we are also able to do a complete reboot of the machine if it happens to be required. And then if I were to cancel out of this, you'll also see we can initiate a backup of the machine before we kick out that update. You guys may already be aware that sometimes the updates that you push out are not optimized for every single machine out there. So one of those updates, even though it might work for 50 of your machines on that other machine, it might have broken something because it wasn't optimized for that type of hardware or chipset, whatever the case might be. You might want to have the ability to roll back. And that's what this would give you there. And then once you're set, you would come up here and hit create. The one thing I just want to share here is you do not need anything else in the plan to work beyond that patch management and the vulnerability assessment. So if you had like backup on one plan and you didn't want to edit that plan, you can just create a brand new plan and assign it to that user. And then over here on the left-hand side is where you'll actually see all of those patches. So I know this video is mainly around putting it into the service plan and how you would set it up, but I just want to also show you down here underneath the software management that this right here is where the vulnerabilities would show up if you had any of them to show. And then here would be the available patches that are here for you. And then as you can see on the right-hand side, this is what I meant by approved or declined or pending approval. Anytime that we scan and we get a patch that is available, you have to come in here and at least approve the terms one time. And then for any machines that this update is on in the future, for the plans that you had set up in the protection plan, it will then automatically accept those terms, do the install, do everything that you've needed. And then the reason you would have some set as declined, like you see here, is for that example that I mentioned of maybe you want to wait for a bit to push out an update because you know it's not optimized for that specific machine. But just note, just because you have one here that is declined and not going to be auto updated, it doesn't mean you can't ever do that. You can come in here on your own time and then select when you're ready to actually patch this product up. So thank you, everybody.